Hello, my name is Dr. Catherine Scott. I am a lecturer in the University Writing Program at Brandeis University in Boston, Massachusetts, and the field supervisor for the Kaymakça Archaeological Project. I am an archaeologist studying the organization and use of space at citadel sites in Western Turkey during the second millennium BCE or the Middle and Late Bronze Ages. I'm also very interested in using scientific and digital tools in new ways to answer questions about how people moved through and experienced the spaces that they inhabited in the past. While at ANAMED, I will be working on a project titled Special Features at Kaymakça, Improving Understanding of Regional Practices from Fine-Grained 3D and Contextual Analysis of Burning Features and Ritual Caches. It focuses on data from the citadel of Kaymakça, which is the largest of 6 second millennium BCE citadels identified in the Marmara Lake Basin in the Gediz River Valley. So the second millennium BCE was a very dynamic time in the Eastern Mediterranean with sophisticated long-distance trading networks and states like the Hittite Empire in central Anatolia growing and vying for power. However, the role of Western Anatolia in the larger region, as well as the lives of the people who lived here, are poorly understood. So sites like Kaymakça and the other citadels in the Gediz Valley represent a valuable opportunity to learn more about this important period in history. This project will engage with a small piece of that larger picture. The main goal of this project is to synthesize what we have learned about two types of special features at Kaymakça, to place them in a regional and macro-regional context, and to determine what they can tell us about life at ancient Kaymakça. I am also using this project to explore innovative ways to use the varied data we have collected at CAP to study and present these features, which can then be applied to other research projects in the future. In particular, one of the products of CAP's Born Digital Recording System are what we call context volumes, which are digital representations of the shape and volume of each context that we have excavated on site. A context here refers to a discrete excavation unit, so a film, a feature, part of a feature, etc. My colleagues and I have previously published a paper discussing how this digital recording system and the production of context volumes have changed the way we approach excavation, and have noted particularly how this digital recording system encourages very detailed recording of multi-component features. For example, when excavating a hearth, we might record the burning surface, the fill, and the rim all as separate contexts, which come with particular samples and particular kinds of data that are collected. We're therefore able to reconstruct these features digitally in a way that will help us study their construction and their relationship with other features, also reconstructed with context volumes. The first group of special features I will be examining are burning features, particularly hearths and ovens. These are quite common at Kaymakça and appear in a variety of different locations, including in domestic spaces, in open-air production zones, and in proximity to the fortification wall. But we still don't have a full picture of how they fit into life at the site. As part of this project, I will be using the context volumes and other data collected from these features to create a typology of hearths and ovens, and to compare what we have found at Kaymakça to other sites in the region. I will also be conducting a detailed assessment of how these features relate to the contexts and finds that surround them, which will help us better understand both how they were used and their social meaning to inhabitants of the site. We know from other cultural contexts that in addition to being associated with food processing and craft production, hearths and ovens often have important social meanings or ritual functions. We might think, for example, of the hearths in Mycenaean Megara. I'm looking forward to investigating what we can learn about the hearths and ovens at Kaymakça. So the second type of special feature I'll be looking at are what we call stone-lined pits, which are pretty much exactly what they sound like. These are small stone-built features placed into pits dug into the sediment. Some of them take the form of boxes constructed of uncut stones, while others are less well built, but still clearly intentional. Though most of these stone-lined pits have been empty, two contained ritual caches that provide some of the best evidence we have for purely ritualized behavior from the site. As with the hearths and ovens, my goal is to use the context volumes and other data collected from around these features to better understand them and how they related to other features in the area. For example, walls, stone pavements, etc. I will also be looking at other sites in the region, as well as evidence from Hittite sites and potentially Hittite texts, to see if any comparative evidence can shed light on the nature of these features. Through this research, I hope to better understand how these features fit into life at Kaimakja and to explore some ways that the site as a whole fits into the broader landscape of second millennium BCE Anatolia. I look forward to the opportunity to conduct this research and to collaborate with colleagues while I'm at ANAMED. Thank you.